Yeah. Uh-huh.
Laptop.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right. What's going on, family?
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, family. What's
We
the
are hot
word?
on YouTube,
Word.
Dr. P. We are ready to roll, buddy.
All right, we are ready to roll. We up and rocking and rolling. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's see who we got in the house.
Everybody in the house, man.
Who's in the house? We
Good
got
call,
Ron.
yeah.
What's up, Ron?
Everybody here, man.
We got Nikita. We got Dave. We got
Here.
We got Dolores. We got Janice.
Everybody's here, man.
Mama's in the house.
Mita's in the house.
What's up, Mark?
What's up, Dr. Paul?
We got Ebony in the house.
What up, Mark Penday?
Yes.
What's up, dog? All right.
Everybody, Dr. Paul, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Everybody in the house.
Yeah.
Eric, how are you, buddy? All right. Hey, Dr. P, Fingers is in the house, man. What up, Fingers?
Hey.
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
Yeah, we miss Fingers when she ain't around, man.
Yeah, that's good. Take the load off, Big B.
Woo, help me, y'all. Help me.
All right, we're gonna get started. I'm
There you
gonna
go.
slow everything down. We're gonna get locked and loaded. Big B, we should be streaming live on YouTube.
Yep, we're all set and rolling now.
Yes, if you have someone that's listening and they did not get the login information, just tell them to go to YouTube and punch in Dr. Paul live family tree, and they should get it. All right.
That's right.
All right, let's get it going. I want to see what's going on in the world, Big B. It's a lot. All right. I'm gonna record. Okay, I want to welcome everyone to the family tree. Put your hands together, family.
Yeah.
All right.
What's up?
This is the place. Yes, this is the place where we talk about all that is good, all that's great, all that is holistic. How about that?
Yeah,
so
buddy.
We're going to chime it down, Big B. I'm going to bring it on down.
Yeah, man.
All right, somebody's still on. Mute yourself. Everybody mute yourself.
Sound like I got a little rats everywhere, Dr.
We
P.
got something, Mina. I think that was Mina on there. Yeah, let's see who else. Somebody else is in there. Who else is on there?
Right.
Something rolling around somewhere.
Well, that may go out once you come back to the regular screen.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Let's look down a little bit.
All right.
Okay, there we go.
All right, we're going to get it together. All right, family. All right, who else is somebody else is? Who is that, Big Bang? I don't see him.
I don't see it. No.
Yeah, I don't see who's that making that noise. Who's making that noise? I'm just going to mute everybody.
All right, mute everybody and see what happens.
Yep, yeah, mute everybody.
There you go.
Somebody's got it. Yep. All right, I want to welcome everyone to the family tree. This is the place we say holistic health. And this is Hump Wednesday. Hopefully everybody's doing well.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to go and dive in today and talk about all that is good. But hey, I want to say, if you want to join the conversation, this is the place where we talk about it, because this is where we say this is the family tree. And remember, we don't look for what? We look for the family tree, because this is where you find everything going on.
Man,
this
I know that's right,
This
buddy.
is the real Social Security.
Yes, sir.
Say it slow. Social
Security. Yes,
Because
sir.
it's not a check, it's actually your family. So with that, we say gather around the tree. This is the ancient custom of the ancient laurel trees, where we gathered around, talk about the situations, networking, promotions, anything going on with the family, we get around the tree. So with that, we take in tradition, getting around the tree. We say, ask the question. If you have a question or concern, you want to get in queue, go down to your actual menu bar and you'll see it says reaction. Click on reaction. You can put yourself in queue like Big B up there. Big B, put yourself in queue.
No, not me, man. Not me.
Raise your hand.
Wait. Say, where were we? Say, there you go. Bam.
There you go. See Big B raise his hand and you can get in queue and we'll ask any question that you have that you want to put to the family. If we can't find the answer, we'll try to get it for you. We don't have everything. We may not be able to get to everyone's question. That's the thing we try to battle with the time, but we'll try our best. All right. If you're someone that maybe is calling in for the very first time, you may have missed the actual prompt. You can actually just tell us that you're calling in by phone and we'll try to get your question in. You may not want to go on visual. You say, I want to just drop a question. You can put it in the chat box right down at the bottom. And Prophetess over there, aka Fingers, let's give her a hand.
There you go. There you go. Yes.
When I can't relax and do
Prophetess
it.
over there is going to be able to give us the question or concern, anything that's going on. Make sure everyone is mute right now. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself if you're coming in. Make sure you're on mute. So
Yes,
what we
sir.
want to do is we want to start off, but before I do anything, I want to give a shout out to our host with the most, that's Big B.
Yes, sir.
Bill
Yes, sir.
Montel
Yes, sir.
Morgan.
Yeah,
Bill,
buddy.
how you doing,
Buddy. I'm doing well, man. Shucks, like I say, fixing it because I'm got my tan today, homie.
You got your tan in the wintertime. All right, I got you, buddy.
That's the best kind, Dr. P. That way I don't smudge.
I got you. So
Oh,
tell
boy.
us, Big B, a lot's going on, but we have our favorite site,
Uh-huh.
RSV, pneumonia, all these things are still rolling around.
Yeah,
and we
man.
are in the fall. So in the fall season, we have to still build the immune system.
Yes,
and we
sir.
do that by cleansing the system, right? So
Yes,
we
sir.
should be somewhere in the neighborhood of a parasite cleanse right now. So
Right.
family, hopefully you're doing something, but remember, cleanse is in the beginning of your season, and that season may start today.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Big B, give us the latest numbers from our favorite website,
Come on.
World Meters website. I don't care what they say it is. It's World
Yeah, y'all know I'm dying over here, right?
Right.
World Media. Well, see, every time we get to that, I say that's Worldometer, man. From the broadcast standpoint, he said, "Shut your mouth." That's World Media.
That's the
Well,
way they wrote it. I'm sorry. I'm reminded with the way they wrote it.
I know. All right, guys. All right, guys. Coming from our very favorite world site, World Media. That's .info.coronavirus. Okay. Our corona cases right now come up to 702,835,701. Deaths 6,980,157. And recovered. Here we go.
All right.
Health Mama guys, 673,732,995. Dr. P, yeah, buddy.
All right.
That's where we are.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
that's
Yes,
great,
sir.
man. So, hey, we are doing some things. And Big B, on that website also, I wanted to highlight, there's another number that we want to start to give out also.
Okay.
And if you go to where it says the corona, you're on that main site where it shows
Right.
actually cases, then it says deaths and recovered. If you click down where it says active cases.
Okay. I got you.
shows.
I got
See
you.
that one?
Uh-huh.
We have active
Yeah, I
cases
got you.
that'll
Yes,
give
sir.
you
That's one that's
active cases
running,
now.
right?
Currently infected patients. Yep. That's asymptomatic right there.
Wow.
So
Okay.
that's 22,124,272. So
Okay,
yes, things are still moving. The numbers are down, from this time last year when we're dealing with flu, influenza, things like that. It's below the base. So we're doing good. I think people are aware. People are doing better and healthier things. What do you think, buddy?
I think so, man. We've been talking about this for a long time.
Yeah.
And right now, folk are getting ready to go back into the panic mode because nobody knows what's going on. Folk, hey, listen, just keep mask up. Protect yourself. We got to make sure we take care of the family. That's what's important,
Yeah. And Big B, give them the information. So while we're getting folks in, tell them how they can be a support for the family tree.
You got it,
moving
my
forward.
friend.
And also you can get a transcript of tonight's program, just in case you might have missed it, or you may want to share it with someone in
Sure.
your family. Okay.
That's easy, my friend. In order to make sure, listen, this is important. And by the way, last week I sent out the chat And man, you know what? When I looked at it, it looked like chicken scratch. I had to go back and resubmit to make sure that everybody got all the right information. But see, that lets you know, guys, I'm paying attention. I can't be messing up because y'all be jumping all over me. I can't take it.
Can't take it.
All right, listen, in order to make sure you got a copy of tonight's chat, send me an email, guys. Send an email to me to mechavideo@gmail.com. Again, that's mechavideo@gmail.com. And to continue to support the Family Tree, use my Cash App. That's $BILMORGAN. That's $BILMORGAN. And if you use your bank through Zelle, guess what? That ID number, guys, is Dr. Paul at drpaulherbs.com. Okay, that's Dr. Paul at drpaulherbs.com. And if you like, you can also use a P.O. Box number, which right here is in Cherry Hill, Mullica Hill, New Jersey.
Mullica Hill, not Cherry Hill.
Mullica Hill, New Jersey. That's box number 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. That's right. Okay.
All right, Big B. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Yes,
all
sir,
right,
my
so
friend.
we're gonna get started, and we always start off with good vibes, always giving the family a chance to bring forth what they've learned or things that they bring to the table that they've tried or done that is holistic. We call it the testimony moment, and this is that reason being because the testimony goes a long way. And y'all know that everything that I do with the health assessments when I sit with folks, the most powerful and riveting thing is a testimony. And that means one shall set 1,000 flight, two shall set 10,000 flight. So with that, I always like to open up the floor so family can share with it. And this is with you want to be able to share your testimonies, what you're going through, because somebody's either going in a storm, going in a storm, or coming out of a storm.
I know that's right, buddy.
Got it. So we want to make sure we acknowledge and give you the chance to share that because you may be helping someone, and every little bit does count. It's not just something that we want to look at and say, it's not really. My pressure was down today. That wasn't really a shout. Yes, it is. It's a shout. Everything we say, crawl, walk, run. So at this time, I want to open up the floor for anyone who has testimony, anything you want to bring forward to the table, to the family that you want to share about your condition or what you may be experiencing.
I have a testimony, Dr. Paul.
All right, we got Dr. Clarenda. Let's give her a hand. Yes.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I've been working on my bringing my pH back up. And because when I saw you, it was 5.3. And last couple of times I checked it, it was 6.83.
Oh, whoa!
All right.
First, let's stop right there. We got to give her a shout right there.
I know that's right.
You got to stop right there. Everybody come off mute. That's a shout right there.
Yes,
Getting the pH up. Congratulations. Everybody come off mute. Let's give it a shout out right here.
Congratulations.
I don't know where this is coming from.
One of the main things that has contributed to it, other than one of the main things that's contributed to it, other than doing my supplements, is I had cut back on meat and eating a more vegetarian diet.
All right.
Excellent.
Cooking more at home. And the other thing was I have been using my grounding mat for the last 2 weeks. And I wasn't sure if it was really working until I noticed over the last week or so, after using it for a full week, that when I go to bed, if I wake up to go to the bathroom or I wake up in the morning, I'm in the same spot where I was when I went to sleep. So no more tossing and turning, and wake up well rested.
Ain't that amazing?
Well, see, now that's what's happening.
Awesome. Isn't it amazing
awesome,
what
P.
everything goes back to the pH? When we talk about what is the potential for hydrogen, the importance of the pH means everything. When you start to balance that pH, amazing and wonderful things happen. That means you can start to see your body. We live on this northern hemisphere, and we don't get the opportunity to experience the real energy of the planet because we're getting what's called indirect sunlight. Right. So indirect sunlight means that the food, it doesn't even get, or the soil gets the proper nutrients. But we start to eat things that are closer to the equator, the more greens, the more hydrogen, your body says, boom, where did I get all this energy from? I can I can start cleaning up some stuff that I ain't did in a long time.
And a friend of mine who's I turned on to listening to you, my sister and I did, she finally got her supply, her natural green drink 2 days ago, her parasite and colon cleanse. So
Excellent.
She said she's trying to figure out when she should get started. I said, you should have started before you left the house.
Yeah, I know that's right. Well,
She said she didn't want to overload her body too fast with stuff. I said, you've been overloading your body for decades with crap. Now it's time to clean it up.
You got it. You
I
got
know
it.
that's
Your
right.
body's looking for energy. The body says, I got one game. My only game is
Keep
energy.
it around.
If you give me something and introduce it through your mouth, I want to know, does it have energy in it, and how can it give you life? And in most cases, we're eating so much food that just is dead. The times for eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that's a ritual and a ceremony now.
Yes.
The nutritional value of food has greatly decreased because in 1947, they said what? The food doesn't have 47% in 47. So what does that mean here in 2024? Thank you, Dr. Corinda. I appreciate you. That's an awesome testimony. Awesome. You know, I had to stop you right when you said 5.3 to 6.8. I got to stop you right there. Yo, that is awesome. And remember, the reason why that is so awesome, because every step that you go on that line, on that level of the pH, every step, we talk about energy, is 66% between each step. So every climb is a mountain climb. And from you to go to 5.3 to 6.8, that's amazing.
Yes,
so congratulations again. Keep up the great work. You're a great example. And absolutely, that's going to help somebody. All right. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Awesome. All right. Big B, what do we have here, buddy?
Well, let's see, man. There's a whole bunch of folk that's got this stuff out there, man. But let's go right up to the top. So what are your thoughts? This is Wesley. What's your thoughts on black ginger and what is it good for?
Okay, did we get everybody on testimonies, right? Nobody else?
No one else.
Just make sure.
I have a testimony.
Okay, sorry about that,
Okay.
Keith. Go ahead, buddy.
Keith, what's up, Keith?
Hey, how are you? Good. Guys,
All right.
and good evening to everybody. In October, I was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer, and it spread it throughout my body.
Uh-huh.
And I stopped eating meat, but then Joseph from my church told me to call Dr. Paul. So when I spoke to Dr. Paul, he gave me a diet. I'm using the NGB of balancing the natural green balances, and I cut away meat, sugars, I cut away soy, no dairy. I just cut away all the garbage foods. No sodas, no added sugars, no nothing. So in my PSAs was at 70, and it went up to 86 in November. So I had started the change of eating that Dr. Paul gave me, and in January the 17th, my PSAs dropped down to 4.3.
Whoa!
Wow!
Big B!
Wow!
4.3.
Wow!
That's amazing.
Amazing.
Come off of me.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Brother
Jesus
Keith.
party in the house.
Brother Keith.
Great.
Brother Keith.
Hey, congratulations, man.
Yes. Thank you.
Brother Keith.
Thank you.
Oh,
Brother Keith, all I can
Look at
say,
me.
that's what I call moving mountains, buddy.
I know that's right,
And
buddy.
standing for, the men. I deal with the men situation, which is the hardest to pull around, to turn around.
Yes.
That's why we had the men's programs for so many years. And even the evidence research that we did, evidence-based research we did with, Stanford, we did it with University of Penn, we did it with Albert Einstein. All this research was saying that African-American men, we don't have any numbers. We don't have any data. That's what they sat down with me. And I said, there's plenty of data. Y'all just not listening. It's happening. And when it's happening, we're not documenting because we're never the gatekeepers of the information. Got it? And that's what I fight for, to be the gatekeepers of information. Stuff like this, you, Keith, are an instrumental part of this success of what can happen if you don't break the rules. Got it? Yes. And you follow what we talk about, and we're saying, keep that pH like Dr. Corinda been doing, what Keith said, I stayed off the meat. So your body has no choice but to correct itself 11 times faster than you get sick. And I know y'all hear me saying that all the time, but it is real. And it's so awesome and refreshing to hear something like that. So congratulations, brother, for what you've done. You've done great things and you're doing great things. Please, please share your information of what you've done from your standpoint. You know, and again, let's give him a hand. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Amazing.
See, Keith, let me say this to you. Because you know, brothers refuse to share. You know that, right? But brothers, we are stubborn beyond measure.
You said, and I just want to get this right. Mina is your you gotta go on mute, Mina. You gotta go on mute. Okay. Keith, what you just said is phenomenal. That is considered unheard of.
Amen.
If you're going from, of course, you know, even if you're over 4.0, they're talking about biopsy and possibly doing some, you know, a lot of different things and expanding, saying it's only going to get worse. And I always tell brothers, it's not going to get worse. If you don't do anything, it will get worse. And if you start to turn around the boat, you got to do something. Got it? And you said, what was the highest number you reached, though? That's what I wanted to be sure I was hearing.
86.
Wow. 86.
Wow.
And that was in November. And a month later, it dropped down.
Shut up. November? Come on, man.
I got to ask you, what did your doctor say? What did your doctor say when he saw the numbers?
The doctor, when he saw the numbers, he called me back and he says, whatever you're doing, continue to do it. But he still think it's medication, and it's not. They think it's the medication.
At least he didn't say it was the lab error.
Who is the medication?
Thank you, Corinne. See that? Let's look at this again. It might be a lab error. We may need to probe again. Yes. Hey, man, I can't say enough good things about you, brother. You know, continue to do it, man. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and you received it well. You received the information. So with that, you also become with the reward. You know, you made yourself whole, brother. You keep the, you know, God's system is a perfect system created by a genius.
Yeah, it is.
Created by a genius. So God bless you, brother. Keep it up.
You know, Dr. Paul, you said something very important just now, and that is you received it.
You received it.
That's brothers' problem. Can I go there? Brothers don't receive that because they got it. You know, because I know what I'm doing. Guess what, y'all? Y'all don't. Hallelujah.
Yeah, we got to get back to you.
Listen to Pop. He'll handle your business.
That is awesome. That is
yes,
awesome.
sir. Most
Thank
definitely.
you, Keith. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Check
yes,
back
sir.
in with me, man. I need a written testimony from you, bro.
Definitely.
I just got a piece over at back in about 3 or 4, I guess about 4 or 5 months ago. I did a whole piece with Enon. And we had the board and I had everybody out there. Everybody came through and, you know, everybody had their numbers and the data and everything. But the one thing I kept saying is we're talking about numbers and data. And nobody's talking about solutions. It's what you're eating. It has to go back to your eating. It's what you're drinking. It's what you're consuming. It's what we've indoctrinated as a diet of food that is considered, people consider is food, and it's not food. It's actually junk. It's dead.
That's right.
So keep that in mind, man. I can't keep on. You got to cut me off because I'm gonna keep going. Big
Yeah, man.
Oh boy,
this is awesome.
Next
Awesome.
question.
You have time for one more? Oops.
Providence said, next question.
Next question. Providence said, stop it. Cut him off.
Hey,
Cut
you
him
had the
off.
nerve to tell her to shut me off. She said, next question. Very
Next
obedient.
question. You know, she ain't shy. She ain't shy.
All right. Any more testimonies?
I'd like to give a testimony.
Okay, Janice,
Okay.
go right ahead.
Hi, it's my first time here. And I want to testify about the cancer. I had breast cancer and I had breast cancer. And I went through, took natural products. I've been taking natural products for years. And I took natural products, cleansings. I didn't take any of the doctors. My oncologist wanted me to take all that poisonous stuff and radiation. I refused. He was very encouraging, told me nobody's going to feel sorry for me in about 10, 15 years.
Oh,
Amen.
Oh,
Amen.
my
When
Lord.
it comes back. And he really tried to scare me into taking it. I said, no, I don't need it. I got off of sugar immediately, no sugar, and
Alright.
pH, drinking pH, high level pH water. Got off of starches, just taking a lot of natural products, IP6 and inositol with mushrooms in it, just anything that, and I also had an internist who was a naturopath. So she helped me with all of that. And then I did I did infusions, high level vitamin C infusions for 2 years after it was over with, just to build up my immune system. So this is like 15, 16 years later, I'm cancer free.
Awesome. What is your name? What is your name? Is that Janice? Is that Janice? Thank you,
Janice
Janice.
Brown.
Let's give everybody come off mute and give Janice a hand.
Good. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Janice. Wonderful. Praise the Lord.
That's wonderful.
Wow. God is
Congratulations, Janice.
awesome.
Thank you.
To the
Don't let
true
the doctor
power of
scare
the-
you.
Yes,
Wow.
don't let
I'm
them scare you. Janice, you stay on the forefront with that. You know, let
That's
other
right.
sisters, you know, understand what you do. Please write that down.
Thank you,
Absolutely. Make
Irene.
sure you mute yourself. Yeah. You know, stay on the forefront of that, and please write these things down. Just like Keith, Dr. Corenda, you know, also write those things down as testimonies, because we want to hear about those. If you could just share just a couple lines of your testimony. We got it here, of course, which is visual, but it is very, very important that people, we want to start to document this stuff. So Big B, can they send that stuff over to you, man, when they recalling for, you know, get the testimonies, but also when they're getting the transcripts and things like that?
Yes.
Send it over to the email, the testimonies.
Yes,
We
send
want
up-
to hear those.
Send all that stuff to mechavideo@gmail.com, Janice, mechavideo@gmail.com. Okay. Matter of fact, let me put the information there right now in the chat so you can see it. Okay.
And you too, Keith. You too, Keith and Dr. Corenda. Anybody that has moving
All
forward,
right, very
we want
good.
to start
Thank you,
to
Providence.
document these things.
Yeah.
And
You know-
we want to make sure we start to look at this, because it's going to help some people. When you come
Yes,
out
yes,
of
yes.
situations, you sometimes feel defeated on every level. Spiritually, number one, defeated.
Yes.
And that's where I meet people at that front line. And I try to tell them that, hey, first of all, do you want to live? That's my first question. Do you want to live? Because if you want to live, you can get there, but don't think that everybody's word is God's word. You got it? You know, only God is the author and finisher of your faith.
I know that's right.
So you have to stay on top of this thing. Got it? Stay on top of it, and don't break the rules, and the body corrects itself.
You know what? You know what I'm thinking about with all these great testimonies. Start doing a podcast.
Yep, we're gonna may have to be just one.
Yeah, just on that. Can we talk? Can we talk radio? How about that?
Can we talk radio? How about that? All right, sounds
all right,
good.
we're gonna work.
All right.
I'm gonna work on that.
All right, Big B.
All right, guys. Yeah. Well, anybody else has a testimony? Who's that?
Well, first I want to share.
Okay, Vet.
I've invited a guest on here. Is a brother named Jeff is on the Zoom.
Okay.
So he listened. I introduced him to the Crystal Geyser water, the pH water. He was drinking Deer Park, so now he's drinking Crystal Geyser, and he's also reading all the labels on the food, because I told him about the canola as well.
There you go. There you go.
He's a brother that's on here listening, and he's a brother that's receiving the information.
All right.
And today I went to see a chiropractor, and Dr. Paul, you were spot on with my T5. And the chiropractor, I mean, that I left there floating. I mean, and I'm going back on Friday.
Come on back down, Yvette.
Come
Don't
on.
go away. Don't go away.
So yeah,
Yes.
that chiropractor was well needed. So yes,
Yes.
I'm going
All
back
right.
on Friday.
Let's give
God
you
is
better
good.
hand.
I know that's right.
Give her
Yeah.
love, y'all. Come on.
Yes,
mute.
indeed.
Give
Yes,
her
indeed.
love.
Congratulations.
Very happy for you.
Okay, Yvette. Yes, Yvette. Congratulations.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
This is my baby.
Rex.
Congratulations.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
Congratulations, sis.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Keep up the
indeed.
good work.
All right. Anybody else with a testimony?
I have a testimony.
Okay, Linda,
Okay.
from that North Carolina, Linda.
Yes, it is.
All right, all right.
I had a sore throat.
Make sure you mute yourself. Everybody else mute yourself so we can hear. Yeah, make sure you mute yourself.
I got a sore throat on Thursday and Friday. And can you hear me?
Iris, hold up.
Hey, hold on a second.
Iris,
Okay,
yes.
there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
I got a sore throat on Thursday and then on Friday. And on Saturday, I had a tight chest when I woke up. So I made some onion water. And then I had a slight cough. So I started taking the Dr. Tierra's wild cherry bark syrup 3 times a day. Had a really strong taste. So I had to bite a lime afterwards just to get the taste out of my mouth. But most people said that cough lasts them 10 days or a week. My cough only lasts 2 days after taking the Dr. Tierra's 3 times a day.
Awesome. That
See,
is
awesome.
awesome.
That's what's up. See, there you go, family. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Give her a shout. Give her a shout,
See?
y'all. You got to come off mute,
Okay,
y'all. Come on. Let's give us some love.
Yes, and
Linda.
Congratulations.
Yes, I'm glad your cough is gone.
Yes, yes. And see what's really good about the Dr. Tierra's, that is a 200-year-old formula.
Yes,
That's
yes.
you know, with the things that are in there, some of those are the sacred Native American Indian herbs. That's why it comes with that name it used to be called, which was the Old Indian wild cherry bark syrup. So when you see one of the active ingredients in there, it's an herb in there that's not used a lot. It's called Osha root. Osha, O-S-H-A. Osha is one of the ancient of the Native American herbs that was actually called bear medicine. Bear medicine. You know the old cowboy movies when they used to say, you know, somebody gets shot or something, Big B, or he got hit with an arrow, and they say, put bear medicine on.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
buddy.
they meant. It was actually the Osha root.
Yes.
And they got it
yes.
from the fact that the believe it or not, that bear used to come out of hibernation and he used to chew, he would dig that herb up after a long time of hibernation, take that herb or that root, chew it, make a salve out of it, rub it over his, eat it internally, and it would kill parasites that were growing while in hibernation, and then rub it over the body, and it would kill parasites on the body. So this was excellent also as an expectorant, pulls things off the body of the lungs. So they watched the bear and they started integrating it, and guess what? It's one of the ancient laurel customs of the Native American Indians. So definitely that's one that you got to get. Dr. Tierra's, they changed the name, but it is the Dr. Tierra's syrup. So thank you, Linda. Appreciate you. That was awesome. Keep up the good work. All right. All right. Big B, who else you got there, buddy?
Anybody else? Anyone else now? Come on now. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk
All
to
right.
me.
Not we going
time.
Yes, question time.
Question time.
All right, let's get started with some questions. And we all want to go to the top first, or you want to go to the chat box?
Let's go to Carmen up on the top. Let's kind of get these out of the way. Then we'll go to the
okay
to the chat. All right, Carmen.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello,
Okay.
Carmen.
Hi, everyone.
Hey,
My
Carmen.
first- Hi. You know, it's so interesting that lady, the first one, that she was talking about pH balance. And I went to the doctor's yesterday, and because I was experiencing symptoms, and then basically, long story short, that he said my pH balance is off, and that's why I have a BV, but bacteria vaginal. So my question is, how can pH balance can be off, and what tests that I can, and what tests that I can to check my pH balance?
Yeah, starts with the internal cleanse. Okay, internal cleanse. That's your lymphatic system. So it starts with the lymphatic system. That's the secondary circulatory system. So with cleansing, first understand the rules of principle are you cleanse every change of season. Write that down. That's important for you. You got a pen and pad? Take some notes?
Yes.
All right. Cleanse every change of seasons. So you got to get this understanding of what it needs to be done first. So once you cleanse every change of seasons, that means beginning of every summer, winter, spring, fall, you're doing something. So that's going to flush this thing called the lymphatic system, which is the sewer system of your body. So when you have any bacteria of any kind, whether it's coming through vaginal or even out of the skin, even it will start to erupt from the skin with bumps, blisters, boils, psoriasis, eczema, anything that's coming out of the skin, the body is trying to what? Purge. Got it? So you're helping the body by cleansing this lymphatic system. Now, lymphatic system, not like the first system, which is the heart, which pumps arteries and veins. This system doesn't have a pump. And that's a problem to some people. But you got to look at the way God said this. All right, we got bacteria, virus, fungus, sepsis, parasites, even cancer cells or cells that basically have died, and we need to get rid of them safely, but we can't move it fast. So you don't want to put a pump behind it. We got these little muscles that twitch, but they only move when you move. So, Carmen, definitely, we got to get you active. Got it? We got to get you active. So what moves the lymphatic system is breathing, exercise, water. What's your water look like, by the way? How's your water looking?
It's looking good.
What kind of water you drinking?
I bought myself an Alkaline water pitcher.
Yeah, that's the bad water. That's the bad water. Ooh. No, none of those pitchers. Got it? They can't pull what's actually in the water unless you have, if you're pulling any water from any public system, the only thing that's verifiably correct would be an ionizer. Got it? Because that can handle the level of what they're dealing with. Anything outside of that, no pitchers. Got it? So you want to get yourself a number one, a spring water bottle at the source. Got it? Okay, spring water bottle source. You heard everybody here talk about the Crystal Geyser, but it can be any water, not just Crystal Geyser. Any water, spring water bottled at the source. Got it? Once you do that, then we start to bring you through, some detox things for the lymphatic system. That's where I was mentioned to you before. Come on in and get an assessment. I have to look at your numbers and I'll tell you exactly what you need to do, okay? But you have to keep in mind the lymphatic system is the key. That's the secondary circulatory system. Once you do that, guess what? When you start cleaning the lymphatic system, a lot of people, when they really get it good cleaned, they don't even wear deodorant no more.
I know that's right.
Ain't that something? How about that, y'all? I'm gonna tell you, it's very real and it's very possible.
Right.
Don't even wear deodorant anymore because the body is very cleansed. Got it? So it's a lot of food choices you got to stay away from. Heavy meats, processed foods, all this stuff is dead. And when it's in the body, it starts to rot in the system.
Yes.
And that's why it's moving. It sits in sediment and it's just little like just sits in the system and it won't move. Can't get it into the system to assimilate, can't get it out. So like a cesspool just sits in the body. That's what we're smelling. Got it? So that's why we got to get that moving. Come on in and get an assessment, okay? You got my number, right? Got my number?
I think I do.
Okay, let me give it to you again. And for anyone that's listening, 1-877-377-2854.
There you go.
Yep. We're open Monday through Thursday. Call my assistants, Ivy or Mulaney. Get booked in. We have what's called the RM3A, full body analysis. You take your feet, put it on this pad called the galvanic skin response pad. And we take a blood pressure, take a pulse ox on your finger. In about 15 minutes, scans the whole body. Scans you from the rooty to the tootie. We're going to get some good numbers on
hallelujah.
you. Rooty to the tootie. Yeah, and we'll know exactly where to go for with that. All right?
And then after the assessment, that's when I can meet with you.
Yep, that'll be me. That's it. Me live.
Okay.
We'll be live and in color.
And then what kind of assessment do I ask for?
It's called the full works. Ask for the works. Yep, you're gonna need the works. So basically what the works includes is the RM3A, which is the RM3A testing with the feet that I just told you about, but also it includes the urinalysis, which is a 10SG. We use a specific gravity testing, which we can see what's going on with the urine. So you would provide a urine also with that. So those two numbers, we can tell exactly what's going on, and I give you my best recommendations, okay?
Yes, and one more question. I need to know, what do you mean about cleanse? How can I cleanse myself?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. This is exactly what you got to do. You got to get an assessment. See, there's nothing. See, if I tell you something, I'll give you an herb. But see, if you're doing the bad stuff, you're going to split the fence.
Yes.
So you can do one thing good, and then you do three things bad, and you're back to zero again. Got it? So get your water right. Start with the water. If there's anything I can tell you right now, get that water. Get the Crystal Geyser water. Half your body weight in ounces. Start there. Also start with a green drink. Green drinks also are a very good first start. We say not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. Start with a good green drink. That's why that's the foundation for all hydrogen base is land and sea. So if you start there, usually you can start to get the things in order, okay?
Yes, and it's one more. No, seriously.
We gotta keep more in there. We gotta move, Carmen. Give me a call, okay? Just give me a call, okay?
Okay.
All right,
Carmen. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks so much. All right, Nikki, you're up next. You there?
Yes. Hi, Dr. Paul. Hi, Bill.
Hey, Nikki. How you doing?
My sister-in-law on the line calling from the beautiful island of St. Kitts and Nevis.
I can't stand you.
Big B back there right now.
Nikki, right now. We ain't even talking to her since she didn't take us down there.
So she has a question to ask.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hi, good evening. I'm calling from the island, Queen City, Nevis.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Thank you for chiming in with us this evening.
Beautiful, beautiful. What causes the itch on the skin, especially on the forearm and on the knee?
That's, well, remember, anything inconsistencies on the outside represent inconsistencies on the inside.
Yes.
So that means the body is getting rid of something. We have to watch, and we were just talking about the lymphatic system. Well, that's a very, very important part of the process. See, if the lymphatic system is backing up, the body says, I got to get rid of this. So if we're not releasing this properly through bowel and urine and moving this stuff out of the system properly, then I'm going to do my last resort is to push it to the skin. So that's the bumps, the blisters, the boils, the psoriasis, the eczema, the rashes, all those things are a direct sign of that. Now, what we can do is do some topical things, not only with the cleanse that we just talked about with Carmen, you can also do some topical things to help draw. Old folks back in the day said, you got to put a draw on it. They said you got to put a draw on it. And that's why you take certain herbs that are astringents. And these astringents draw that stuff and helps it move it out of the system. So some of the draws along with the lymphatic system, and Prophetess, maybe you can give a list of the different herbs we have discussed in the past that are lymphatic. I don't know if you have that list for us. That would be perfect.
I don't have a list for lymphatic herbs, but I did put the information in for Mary
Ruth. Yep.
Mary Ruth. And I put the lymphatic massage in, but I will look and see if I have any.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we talked about things like the cleavers. Cleavers would be good. Cleavers.
What else?
You also have the Pau d'Arco.
Okay. I know what I'm looking
things
for.
like that. Yep. If you see a list like that, that was maybe we went a little deep on it that time. But also topical, you would do things like the Dr. Christopher's Black Ointment. Okay. Things like the neem oil. Okay. Those would be things also that are helping to draw. So that's just a ballpark or some of the things that you can do. Okay. Is she still there?
about the aloe?
She said, what about
What about the aloe?
Aloe is good. It's a draw. That is an astringent also. That's good for skin. That would be also repairing skin. So that's also derma. That deals with derma. So anything that needs to prepare with derma, that would be aloe vera. Yes, aloe vera, the gel. So yes, that would work. I would try to mix that with other things that can help to draw that. That's a good carrier that can help you if you make a concoction like a neem, a thing like coconut oils and things like that. That's a good one to help draw. Okay, it's a good astringent. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Paul,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor, the herbs that are to shrink fibroids and cancer scavenger, are those also the lymphatic herbs?
They can do both. That is correct.
Cleaver, golden seal, chaparral, cleaver, soursop.
Yep, those are the ones that are cleansers. Yep, that is lymphatic system, and that is for total body cleanse. That was a woman's formula we were using, but that can be used for anyone. Yep.
Okay,
So
I only
that's a
have it
good one.
down as fibroids and cancer survivors.
Yep,
Scavengers.
there you go. Scavengers.
Okay.
Yep, these are cancer scavengers. That was a list that we put together called cancer
Gotcha.
scavengers. Yep. All right. Hopefully I answered that question for you.
Thank you
And
very
she's-
much. I have a little soursop down here, so I'm going to use the soursop.
All
Yes,
right.
soursop is good too. Yes, there's so many solutions to the problem, y'all. I'll tell you, that just tells you how good God is, boy. I tell you, Big B, so much good stuff. You got an assortment of choices. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate
All right.
you,
All
Carl.
right. All right, Nikki, anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you,
very
Nikki.
fine.
Appreciate
All right,
you.
up next
All
is
right.
Kathleen Jackson. Kathleen, you there?
Yes, hi, everybody.
Hello,
Hi, Dr.
hello.
Paul.
Hey, Kathleen.
Hey, just one question. So I do the, I'm on the green drink all the time, and I do the cleanse every change of season. But I know this is gonna sound silly, but I feel like in between time, like when I'm not doing it, like I feel like I miss it or like I need it. Is it okay to just repeat the cycle, like just continually repeat the cycle, or continually, within the colon cleanse and or the
Yeah.
parasite cleanse?
Well, you're doing which ones again? Give me those.
Well,
again.
I mean, I do the green drink every day, and then,
Okay.
I order your bundle to do that like at the beginning of every season, but then,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't last to the next season. So there might be weeks or so where I'm just on the green drink, but I feel like
Yes.
I'm missing something when I'm not taking the colon cleanse or when I'm not taking
Well,
the parasite cleanse.
Well, absolutely. It's usually you want to give yourself a little rest, okay?
You do, okay.
Yep, you want to give yourself a little rest. So you can give yourself about a 2-week break and then move back in. Some people do need, more to detox with. So that's why when the bottle it says a desired result. See, a
Okay.
desired result means that everybody's not the same. And that some people may need more intensity than others. Some people are very light. As soon as you give them one, they be like, whoa, that was too much. But then another person says, man, I'm gonna need more. So that's okay. But give it a break. Just give it a break of about 2 weeks. Got it? Give it about 2-week break and then start the cycle again. You want to give the time for the body to reset. To now
Yes.
move into the next one. But stay on the greens, like you're saying, and just continue. If it's making you feel good, see, that's what's happening. Body's sending a signal to the brain saying, tell her to keep that one going, because we're gonna make her feel good. So that's why you say, I don't know, man. I felt good when I was taking it. I feel like I'm missing something. So your body is talking to you.
Exactly.
Listen to that. Listen to
Okay.
that, family. Everything you're hearing right here is very real. The body will talk to you if you just get quiet and listen. Follow that instinct. All right. So good stuff.
Okay,
So,
thank
Dr.
you.
Dr. Paul, quick question about the cleanse. This is Bianca.
Mhm.
When you follow the directions that you're saying, isn't it more like you're doing it for 60 days? Because you have to finish each bottle, right?
Well, here's the thing. Like I said, desired result. Some people will take more than others. Some people it will last 30 days. Some people will last 40 days. Some people will last 60 days. See, what's happening is you have to start to learn yourself. You can't say there's no specific formula just for everybody. because everybody consumes different foods. Some people are meat eaters, heavy meat eaters. Some people don't eat meat. So you have to use a barometer with what is a desired result for you. That's why, and that's the best analogy that I could say. Other than that, an assessment where I can give you and I can help you focus that better is usually what we would do. But it's really hard to.
But don't you have to finish the colon cleanse first and then move to the parasite? That's why I was saying 60 days, because it's like 30 pills in there.
No, it's 90. There's 90.
Oh, 90.
There's 90. So what's happening is, like I said, your cleanse is, remember, what's the desired result? Y'all remember what a desired result is, right? That means soon after you eat, soon after you eliminate. Got it? That's what your desired result is. Some people may not have to take the whole bottle. Okay? Got it? Some people may not have to go there. Some people will take it and say, well, you know, I've gone through it, and long as I'm eating, I'm eliminating. I would at least do 30 days, though. That's what I would at least do. I would at least do 30 days, because you can't do those quick cleanses. You ever heard those quick cleanses, like 7-day, 14?
Yeah, buddy.
No, you can't effectively get yourself back that quick. You know, you don't want to move that quick. You want to get it. You want to take
diarrhea.
Yeah,
well,
throws your pH off and throws your pH off.
Yeah,
in your energy and everything, because your body's adjusting to this new system of cleansing. You don't want to do that. So 30-40 day is usually why we call it the 40-day detox. Biblical concept is what we're doing, but yes, Bianca, that's where we come in. So you don't have to do it all the time, but I would say, and I would trust that everyone write this stuff down. How are you eliminating? When you eat, soon after you should eliminate. Y'all remember the cycles, right? For elimination, right? Okay, keep the cycles of elimination. So once you eat, when should you be eliminating? Just for those that may be listening for the very first time. Remember, how many hours? You're looking at what? When I eat something, you should be eliminating
18 to 24, 18 to 48 hours.
There you go. Somebody said it, 18 to 48. That's right, 18 to 48 hours. Got it? Yeah. Prior to 18 hours would be what?
Diarrhea.
That's right. After 48 would be
constipation.
Constipation. Like my son said, Dad, you see the movie Constipation? I said, no. He said, yeah, because it didn't come out yet.
Yeah, I'm like,
He got me. He got me.
He been hanging out with his daddy too long. That's what's up.
He got me good. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So hopefully that, Bianca, that explains it. You know, and it's all part of a learning process. You know, here's the beautiful part about it. You can't mess up because it's food. It's food. You can't mess up. You're just learning about yourself. And that's what makes it a beautiful experience. Okay. All right. Who we got there?
All right.
Before we go any further, I want to give something. I want to give out some information. So get your pens and pads.
Okay.
I want to talk a little bit. Got a real quick session I want to go through right now. Okay. Hold your questions. I want to go into something. You know, I've been talking a lot about, and then, you know, with this research that I've been doing, my latest venture of research has gone into this electromagnetic field stuff. Remember I showed y'all this? Remember? I don't know if y'all had a chance to maybe think about grabbing one, but this is this is an electromagnetic indicator. So it's actually, you know, it looks for electromagnetic fields, magnetic fields, and radio frequencies. And when it turns, I don't know if you can actually see the color, but it actually turns green when you're safe. So even with my monitors, I got several monitors in my studio. I keep it with me because I want to know, am I being exposed to too much of this radiation and things like this? So some people, and I've been running into people lately that have had situations where they believe that they've been exposed to too much, some form of electromagnetic or low frequency or something that they need to detox from. So I want to give you some of those things that we use to detox the system from things like radiation. It may even also include, you may have gone through a round of some form of chemo or radiation. Got it? So this is a protection, but also it draws to help the body move these things back out of the body. Got it? So get your pens and pads ready. I'm going to go in and I want to give you some good stuff. All right. Y'all riding with me on this one?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So number one, get you one of these. Big P, get you one of these. So you know if it's your job that's doing the problem or what you do.
What brand is that, Dr. Paul?
This is called Ardensicles. It's a German.
Man, you know you got to.
This is a Russian company. So here it is. It's spelled RdinScos. Prophets, I think you.
Thank you, Prophet, for putting that in.
Thank you,
I got
Prophet.
mine, Dr. Paul. Mine came a couple days ago.
All right.
Thank you.
See yours?
Thank you, Prophet.
Show it up there. Show it up there.
What model number is that, Karen or Dr. P? What model number? Because there were a few. We want to make sure we got the right one.
I have the RD630C.
And I have RD630.
You see?
You got the 630?
Yes.
Okay, mine is just the 630. I have the 630C. So what is any of those will work? Any of them will work. So keep those with you, and you can see what's going on. And if you're in a field where you may be around a lot of computers, you know, you may have a lot of stuff in your house that's just appliances. You need to start checking on this. All right. So I'm going to give you some basic protective things that you can do against toxic environments. So with that, I want to give you a list of certain things that we use to try to pull this stuff out of you. All right. So first thing I want to put on the list, and this is detoxing you from, I used to have a list also of like exposure. You remember when Fukushima happened, you know, and everybody was, you know, the accident that happened in Japan.
Right.
And then people were very concerned because the fallout happened with radioactive fallouts. And they say, well, wait a minute, what are we going to have to do? We're going to have to get this stuff in there. And, you know, it can get into the streams and the waters and the oceans and things like that. So what we started doing was coming up with a list. So the first one on my list, number one, is kelp. Kelp. All right, not to diagnose tree kill, prevent any disease, just food for the soul, but these are all binders. And the binders are things that will bind to these things to draw them out of the system. So kelp is an excellent protector against radioactive fallout, believe it or not. Such you know, with high level things that are substances, even things like strontium-90, which is a radioactive, and any type of radioactive iodine. See, what happens is you're exposed to these things. If you know anyone that's ever, or maybe we have someone that's worked near a power plant or actually worked in a power plant, you'll know they'll give you kelp tablets. And these are tablets that you take because you're trying to build a protection in your areas like your thyroid. Got it? And what happens is you, if not protected, can pick up these things called radioactive isotopes, which means can now damage your thyroid and the parathyroid and throw off the entire body. Got it? Can poison you. So kelp is always the first one. That's the first one. Second one is lecithin. Lecithin, Lecithin, lecithin. Now, lecithin neutralizes all body poisons. Did you know that? Wow. Yes, that means if you feel that you've been exposed to any kind of poison, lecithin is actually used to neutralize any body poisons, period. It's been known for centuries to do this. So you would just follow the recommendations with all of these things as they say on the bottles. Got it? So lecithin, you'll also see a lot of lecithin in types of cleanses like heavy metal cleansing. And some cleanses also with parasite cleanses and also with colon cleanses. So lecithin is the second one. Third one is brewer's yeast. Y'all know that's one of my favorites. Y'all know that. Brewer's yeast. Yes, brewer's yeast. The brewer's yeast has a natural protection against, protecting against any kind of food, against any pollutions in the body. See, what happens with the brewer's yeast, it helps your liver in detoxifying the work that it takes to actually build this up. It gives the liver the energy it needs so that it can clean the blood. So the favorite one, you know, I mentioned to it is what? You know, Lewis Lab. That's the one that I recommend, Lewis Lab. And Lewis Lab is the one where they literally moved to the Netherlands because they said, you know what, we're getting away from all y'all. We just gonna build something out in the woods, in the mountains, and we're gonna make sure we get off the grid, because they wanted to be very specific about what they offer. It is the highest of all brewer's yeast, and it grows on beets. Got it? That's what makes it so strong. But if you're looking for elevating your nutritional value on the cellular level, it is actually excellent as a detox and protection against any types of food poisonings and pollution that you may have been exposed to. So it's a detox. All right. All right. Next one is vitamin B. Yep. Vitamin Bs. Vitamin Bs protect you against many toxic residues in foods. So, you know, we are dealing with these things like these bioengineered foods. We're dealing with chemicals like, you know, of course, the GMOs and all these things. Well, vitamin B does a great way of protecting against a lot of toxic residues. Remember what we said, though. Remember when you're looking for certain types of B, remember, don't get that one. Which one was one we said don't get? Y'all remember?
Cyanocobalamin.
Cyano, thank you, Dr. Linda. Cyanocobalamin. Stay away from that one. Which one do you want? You want the
Methylcobalamin.
Yes, make sure it's the methyl.
You can't find it
METH.
in the stores. I've been
Yeah.
looking for that. None of the stores have it.
Yeah, you got to go to the right stores. You may have to go and get it online. Because like we were saying, when I introduced it to you, I told you it was very prominently introduced into all multivitamins. Got it? Even the children's vitamins. Got it? So you got to step outside the box. You got to get it online. If not, go on to call like Wayne Avenue Health. They'll get it for you. Okay? All right? All right. Vitamin, let's see. Let's talk about vitamin B1. I don't know if you know about vitamin B1. You know about vitamin B1? Well, vitamin B1 is a specific protector against damaging effects of things like lead. Yep, B1. So B1, it actually helps. If you just take even just 25 milligrams a day, helps with lead exposure. Now, we know that since the 70s, they started doing a lot of lead testing, but still there's some homes and places and things that you got to watch out for lead, like paints and, you know, in certain areas of old buildings. So to pull lead out of the body, specifically, that's vitamin B1. Y'all still follow me, right? This mic's still on, right, Big B?
Yes, sir.
All right, just checking. All right. Next one is B15, vitamin B15. Now, B15 is an effective protector against air pollution. Yep, air pollution, particularly areas of dangerous things like carbon monoxide. Yep, absolutely. You get you some B15, yep, you can actually start to pull a lot of the toxicities and from dangerous things like carbon monoxide. You know, like, of course, when you're driving, people have a lot of smoke. If you're working downtown all the time and you're in all of that, know that the buses come by. You know, one thing, Big B, I'm gonna pick somebody. I'm gonna pick somebody today. I'm gonna pick a bone, as Grandma used to say, with somebody today. But those buses for the children, that's the school buses.
Oh man, have
they
mercy.
kick out so much carbon monoxide.
Yeah, buddy, all day long.
I sit back and go like, wait a minute, that bus needs to be off the road, because you're picking up children and you're exposing them to all of this carbon monoxide. I'm sitting back there in the car and you just smoked me up.
Wow.
B15.
I hear you, man.
B15. Y'all got that? All right. What number are we on?
6.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was number 6.
Number 6.
Okay. Now, next one is pantothenic acid. Pantothenic acid. PANTOTHENIC Pantothenic acid is a protector against radiation injuries. See, if you were just to take about, and this is based on research, up to about 100 milligrams a day, yep, it can actually help to protect against radiation injuries. So brewer's yeast is an excellent source of that pantothenic acid. You'll see that in there. So if you're taking the brewer's yeast, you're going to see it. That is one of the active things of why brewer's yeast is so good. It's the pantothenic acid. All right. Keep that in mind. Okay. I can't go any further without acknowledging the king of the hill. The king of the hill has to be vitamin C.
Oh, look out now. Look out now. Look out.
Yes. Vitamin C. Why? Because it's the #1 antitoxin. It's the #1 antitoxin. But you remember, you got to stay away from the one, which is the what? The what?
Non-ascorbic.
Ascorbic acid.
Stay away from the ascorbic acid. Got it?
You gotta
They'll
take
push-
purely C.
Yeah,
camu
purely
camu.
seed or camu. Yep, y'all on y'all game, boy. I can't mess with y'all. Y'all bad. All right. Make sure it's a vitamin C because it has both. It is an antioxidant and a nutrient. Remember the Nobel Peace Prize winner, whose name was Dr. Guy Orgy, right? He actually came up with the concept and understood that you can't just do one. You can't just have the antioxidant property, which is the circle. You have to have what's in the circle, which is the nutrients. So when he did both together, nutrients and antioxidant, it's a powerhouse. That means it cleans all your blood, cleans up anything that's like just hanging around. Stuff that's just been sort of just free radicaling around. This ain't got nothing to do. We say hoodlums. Hoodlums in your system. Get them out. And Big B, this is vitamin C. We'll get it on out. It protects all your organs. You hear me? Write that one down. It protects all your organs and glands. Got it? So when you take levels of vitamin C, you can get it in fruit-based, or you can get it in herbal base. Got it? Camu is excellent. Any other ones you can use? I mean, there's so many variations of vitamin C. So hibiscus is one. Got it? Rose hips is another. Rose hips is very high. So those are the things that we want to look at, okay? Vitamin C. Next
Dr.
one.
Paul, where's what is the name of your meter, please?
Okay, she gave it and she gave it out. She already gave it out. Look for the chat, okay?
I think it's in the chat, Rose.
Okay, we're going to come back to that, Rose, okay? Let's go back to that. Okay. All right, vitamin E. We got to talk about vitamin E, y'all. Vitamin E is an effective protector against poisons and air pollution, especially things like ozone, nitrogen dioxide, and carbon monoxide. It also helps the liver to detoxify the work. So it protects against things like food poisoning, water, and air. That's right, vitamin E. Usually up to about 600 IUs a day is what you're looking at. Somewhere around 600 IUs. For higher dosages, suffering from things like, heart disease, blood pressure problems like that, make sure you get checked out first. You don't want to go too high with that one. Just make sure you're monitoring. Usually the effective doses when they start to see change is about 600 IUs, international units. Got it? All right, next one, vitamin A. Yep, vitamin A improves your body's oxygen economy. Yes, they call it that vitamin A improves the body's oxygen ability in its economy and thus protects it against things like damaging effects of like smog, air pollution. We live in Philadelphia. They had to change our emissions at one time because we were so bad. You remember that we were under like a probationary period? Just like LA, it was like a probationary period for exposure, for emissions. So we were having excessive amounts of carbon monoxide. So this right here, vitamin A does wonders. And you're looking at somewhere about 25,000 units a day, somewhere around there. That usually works well. Got it? All right. Next one, vitamin D. Vitamin D. Yep. Vitamin D is excellent because vitamin D, of course, improves utilization of calcium, right? You remember, we always talk about, so many people have been exposed to saying that they have low vitamin D. A lot of that's because of lack of sunlight. We're on the wrong part of the earth, y'all. We're in the upper hemispheres, which means we don't get direct light. We get indirect sunlight. We don't get that blue light that you get when you go down to the Bahamas and you've been sitting there for a while and you sitting back like Big B's picture back there, Big B's picture back there, and you sitting in the rays and stuff, and you come out looking with this special kind of color. When you come back and they say, Carol, where you been? Man, where you been? And you say, man, I've been down to the islands and I'm feeling good. And that's because you're getting another spectrum of light that fires off and allows your vitamin D to now regenerate to your body. So somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,500, units a day to start with. It is the most important antitoxin mineral of all. That would be vitamin D. Got it? I always recommend the versions that you get. Just try to get something like a vitamin D that's absorbable. Some people have a problem with vitamin D3 because vitamin D3 is what? Is cholecalciferol. Got it? Cholecalciferol. So you want ergocalciferol. If you have issues with your liver or you have been told that you have a liver problem, you want to probably go with D2 versus D3. Got it? Because D3 is lanolin, which is from the sheep. And that actually is, when they're shaving the sheep down, that's lanolin that keeps it moist. And then they'll mix with that essential oils. Some people can't break them down. They're too dense. If you have a liver problem or you have an assimilation problem or you have an issue where you're not drinking enough water. Vitamin D2, which comes from plant-based, would be a better support for you, okay? So that's the key. All right, next one, calcium and magnesium. Yes.
Before you go on, one thing that I noticed is that most of my patients that are on vitamin D, the number one thing that they're prescribed is cholecalciferol.
Yep.
Just like the cyanocobalamin, cholecalciferol.
Yeah, and a lot of them can't break it down properly because they don't have good livers to start with. Yeah, that's right. So we start them off with a good D2 is plant-based. Probably the most popular would come from mushrooms, but there are other versions that are out there. So check with your herbal stores, okay? All right, next one is calcium and magnesium. Now, calcium and magnesium help your body to neutralize and pass off many toxic substances, such as the lead, mercury, that strontium-90 I talked about, even radioactive iodine and cadmium. These are chemicals and things that are found in a lot of places, and it's being exposed to our atmosphere. So if you get about 1,000 milligrams, somewhere around there, calcium up to about 1,000 milligrams, magnesium somewhere about 500 milligrams, usually that's a good source and balance, because remember, magnesium does not have a center ion of oxygen. It uses, it does not have to have oxygen to burn. So that means you can have magnesium and it'll open the door right to calcium, allows your body to absorb it. Got it? When people have calcification with their bones and joints and ligaments, that's usually the lack of magnesium from things that are like greens. So they're not eating enough greens. So you want to loosen up those, or your muscles are really tight, or you can't sleep. You're always talking about, I can't never get no sleep. Yep, it's usually because of lack of magnesium. Your calcium magnesium balance may be off. So we want to keep that in mind. All right. Some of the sources, let me give you one source for calcium and magnesium that's been used in times when probably back in the day, a lot of people used to use dolomite. You remember dolomite? Dolomite. Yep, that was a very prominently used for that. All right. Now, I just want to go into maybe one or two more, and then we're going to get some more questions. Another one is what can do to help protection, to give you a barrier protection. that gives you a little bit more protection. It would be called Rutin. Rutin, R-U-T-I-N, it strengthens the capillary walls and reduces hemorrhaging caused by things like x-rays. It's also goes under the name of vitamin P. P is in Paul. Got it? So if you're looking at it, Rutin or routine, I've heard it both ways. It reduced the death rate caused by excessive radiation by 800%. Did y'all get that number? Did y'all get that number? Let me say that one more time. It reduced the death rate caused by excessive x-rays by 800%.
Wow, that's deep.
That's amazing.
That's pretty, yeah.
Got it? So vitamin P, that's what it is, vitamin P. These are things, if you have somebody that's been, you know, going through some things, or, you know, you may even live in a certain area of, you know, we talked about the Limerick power plant that's up in Montgomery County. You know, people have been exposed to that for years. I'm gonna probably break that down after I finish, but these are some of the things that you can pass on to the family, okay? All right, last couple of ones, let's see. Let's see if there's any other ones. I think that may have been it. Okay, there's one also, inositol. Inositol presents mostly in things like lecithin. It's in the lecithin, and we already covered that, but you can also get it separated. It prevents damage from x-rays also.
What's the name again?
Inositol, I-N-O-S-I-T-O-L. Some call it inositol, inositol. Yep, you may hear it pronounced in different ways. All right, so that is actually prevents damage from x-rays and other radiation exposure. All right, and I think that would probably be it. And one more, let me give you one more. Glutathione. Okay, y'all heard me talk about glutathione, right? So glutathione is probably the highest of all antioxidants. And with the glutathione, that is what binds to things like heavy metals, toxins, chemicals, you know, anything that's in the body, and it drags it out. It gives the liver what it needs so it can perform and do what it has to do. Now, keep in mind, with all this said and done, of the ones that I've given you, chlorophyll, high chlorophyll raises glutathione, so that supports the detox of the body also. So keep that in mind, all right? That's your lesson for the day, y'all. Y'all got that?
I just want to make sure Fingers got it
thank
in.
you, sir.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
All
And
right,
I'm sorry, but I couldn't get everybody in. We have a lot of people that loaded up. I'm sorry, but we were in mid-class.
Yeah.
What
On
about
that one.
vitamin K?
Dr. Paul?
What about vitamin K? You mentioned all, but didn't say anything about vitamin K.
I hear you, Joe. Hold on.
Is that any good?
What was that?
Vitamin K.
Vitamin K, she said.
Yeah,
Dr.
that's
Paul.
anything. That's green leafy vegetables. Yep. That's
What-
what that is. Mhm.
What was that Clorinda said about the vitamin D?
Right. She was saying that the cholecalciferol, when most doctors are prescribing, they're giving them the cholecalciferol. Remember, we said the cholecalciferol is lanolin with essential oils. It's too dense. For people who have
Okay.
liver issues, you got to watch that. You
Oh,
want
with
something
liver
like,
issues,
you get
okay.
the other one called the ergocalciferol, which is the plant-based version of vitamin D. It absorbs better into the body because it's plant-based.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
Ergocalciferol. As a matter of
Okay.
fact, you can get just the ergocalciferol drops. You can get that online. You can get that. Mhm.
Okay.
I think Dr.
Thank you.
Dr. Paul, the prophetess left before she wrote it in the chat. I don't see it. I don't know if anyone else
What
does.
was that, Joe? We can't.
The
You're
name of
going
the-
in and out.
The
I
name
got
of the
kicked
gadget.
out, so I'm back. But I
Okay,
will-
she got kicked out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they got back when he said number one, but I'll get that information for you guys.
Oh no, prophetess, no.
I was on YouTube. I was on YouTube, so I got it on YouTube. I just got to grab it from YouTube and put it into the chat.
Bless your heart. You work so hard for us, prophetess.
Prophetess, you get an apple today.
I love you guys.
Yeah, we love
We
you
were-
too.
we were-
'cause
we were-
you
we
should
were
be
You
upset.
get an
working.
apple today.
boy.
Yes, thank you so much. I
Bullet
appreciate
fingers.
you.
Bullet fingers.
And
I
I was
know
trying
that's
to-
right.
And when I was trying to go deep in, you tried to keep focused, and I didn't keep my eye on the participant list. I'm sorry. So I should have saw you when you dropped out. I'm sorry. Oh wow. All right, good stuff though. Good stuff.
All right.
Okay.
Dr. Paul, I got a question up here from YouTube. That's from Sylvia. She says, I know she's taking milk thistle. Is that like 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off as like golden seal? She takes that.
No.
Listen up now, Sylvia.
Yeah, not milk. Milk thistle is for liver, but it's not like the golden seal or the Oregon grape or anything that has berberine. See, the berberine is the factor that causes a natural antibiotic. So you can build a resistance to it. So you don't want to mess with that. You know, you have a protocol. That's why we have it for that. Milk thistle tends to have the same properties of balancing the liver, cleanse the liver, but at the same time, it does a special thing for women. It helps to balance the cycles, the rhythms, you know, the estrogen levels, the testosterone, the progesterone. It does a bit different. It gives like a little benefit for them more so, and it helps to balance rhythms and cycles with the body. And I would say cycles when it comes to like, you know, going through menopause, things like that, or coming out of situations where you're stressed out. You know, like when we have someone that's, you know, women that are going through a lot of stress, maybe from their job or something, milk thistle tends to be a very, very comforting herb for them.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, let's go up to Kathleen. Kathleen Jackson. Oh, sorry. Let's go to Robin. I'm sorry.
You got me already. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Robin, you're next then. There you go.
Paul.
Hey, Robin, what's going on?
I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
Can you tell me what causes gallstones and what kind of treatments are there for it? And what type of questions should I ask my doctor?
Okay, gallstones, number one. We did, I don't know if you got the, you know, this goes back to processed foods. Got it? Processed foods. You got to stay away from processed foods. Also, dehydration is high on that. See, the gallbladder, its goal is to produce, you know, the bile that can help to aid in the digestion process. But if you're having too much processed foods, you're stagnating the liver, which now causes issues with the gallbladder. Everything works systemically, which means together, all together as a family, we live together. But if you're having issues where it's starting to damage the blood, then it's going to affect the gallbladder. So now calcifications start to happen, then you start getting those stones. Some people get stones by the hundreds of stones in the gallbladder. And so they'll say, well, we're not just going to go in here and remove all them. You might as well just get it removed out. So that's where people go for it. But I beg to differ. Don't do that. You just want to do yourself like a gallbladder cleanse. Got it? That's what you would do. Now, we gave out a while back a gallbladder cleanse. Did you ever pick that up?
No.
We did one. We did a whole series on like the spleen flush. We did one on the, let me see if I can find something for you. Yeah, if you got it, I can give it to you real quick. Okay. It was under, I would recommend to deal with the gallbladder. We also do the liver flush. Okay. So it started off with, you got your pen and pad?
Yes.
Okay. You start with a half a cup of lemon juice. You got it? Mm-hmm. Then you would do a quarter cup of that lecithin. You remember I was just talking about that lecithin, right? And you can get lecithin in things like granules. About a quarter of a cup of that, the lecithins. Okay?
Okay.
Now you would take a teaspoon of horseradish root powder. You would take 1 garlic clove, or you can take 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, or you can even say mince, because someone asked me one time about mince. Just as long as it's not been, you know, too long minced. We try to get fresh garlic cloves and garlic powder as the option. And then the last thing would be 1/8, which is a pinch of cayenne pepper. Okay.
Can that work for
So
kidney
this is
stones too?
what was that?
Can that work for kidney stones too?
No, we have a special one for kidneys flush. That's for liver flush. So if you have the liver, you got to go with the gallbladder. Got it? So the kidney flush, if you want that one, I can give that one to you also. That one starts with a half a cup of fresh lemon juice. Make sure if you're doing the lemon juice, fresh lemon juice with seeds, they are denaturing the seeds now. Got it? There are ones that don't have seeds.
Yes, yes.
All right.
yes.
Half a cup of like a you can use grapefruit juice, half a cup of fresh grapefruit juice or any citrus juice, but it's got to be what? With seeds. 1 garlic clove. 1 garlic clove, or like we said, it can be a teaspoon of garlic powder. All right, 1 teaspoon of ginger root powder. And the last one would be that pinch of cayenne. Okay.
Thank you.
So those are the things that we use for the liver and the kidneys.
So Dr. Paul, how do you spell the lecithin? The one
Lecithin.
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 And how often should I do that?
Okay, usually this is about a 7-day cleanse right here. This is for specifically those areas. Usually some people may go 14 days when it's a specific cleanse for a specific organ. Okay, so 7 to 14 days. But you remember, this is food. So you can take it and you'll start to see the difference yourself.
Okay.
But things that we're trying to do, we're trying to, what they did when they did a study on what actually softens stones in the body, whether it's kidney, if it's gallbladder, y'all ain't gonna believe what it was. Guess what it was?
What?
100% apple juice. Apple juice. Apple juice. Just apple juice. 100% apple juice was knocking it out. Like they were like, it softens them, so eventually you can pass them. Yeah.
So you don't recommend getting them removed?
I recommend you getting advice.
Yes.
Okay, because everybody's situation is different.
Okay.
Okay, always get advice first. Know your situation. Everybody's situation is not going to be the same. Some people are going to have it more than others, but I think you deserve a shot. Don't you believe that?
Yes.
You believe a shot. You deserve to
You're
have
breathing. If
ability.
you're breathing, remember,
Right.
if you're breathing, you got a shot, Rob.
Yeah, because first thing is going to be let's cut, rip, or burn it out, and
Yep.
that's where you got to give your body a chance to make the changes, and you got to get off the things that you've been doing. All right.
And
one last thing with the gallbladder, because I got to go spiritual on y'all.
Go ahead. Go ahead now.
Right. Okay.
Go ahead, Bishop.
Now, gallbladder is exactly what it means. You got the gall. Yep. You got to watch your attitude. It's anger. It's a lot of harvesting of anger.
Have mercy.
Got it? You got to pull back. You got to, if I would say the key word for you is release, would be forgiveness. Okay, keep that in mind. Just a little tidbit I want to leave with you, okay?
Okay, I appreciate that.
All right.
Okay.
Can I add one thing, Dr. Paul? Can I add one thing?
Yeah, Chloe, go ahead.
A lot of people will have, the gallbladder is essential to your digestion. And a lot of people get their gallbladders out and then they have chronic diarrhea.
Yeah.
So I would usually tell my patients, I'd offer them the liver gallbladder flush and ask them, did your surgeon tell you that you could potentially have chronic diarrhea after you have this done? And they would say, well, no, he didn't. Well, you might want to ask her about that.
Yeah, well,
good to know that.
And chronic diarrhea is just one part of it.
Yeah,
that means you're going to
stuff.
have chronic digestive issues for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You're going to have chronic digestive because you don't have the bowel. So you now have to do an intervention. Something has to help the process of you breaking down your food. So if there's no longer a bile present to help to actually break the food down, then you're probably going to have to take some level of something of an intervention for digestion for the rest of your life. Yeah, that's what it would.
it causes some people to not absorb food, right?
Well, that's
So they
the whole
lose a lot of
point.
weight.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the whole point. Yep. You're not breaking it down properly for absorption. That's what the bile is for, to break it down so that you can absorb it properly into the body. But if you're now having issues with, not making bile, then we got a major backup problem. Yeah. One
Dr.
of
Paul,
the
what was the other flesh? Sorry.
the what, ma'am?
I'm sorry. What was
I
the other
missed-
flesh you mentioned besides the liver?
That was the kidney flush.
Kidney
The
flush.
second
Yeah.
one was the kidney flush. Yeah. So just keep all this in mind. We say file this. This is in your toolbox, family. So you can start to say now, remember, this is food. Got it? We're talking about food. So this is, food makes the body well. It has
Mhm.
energy. It has the ability to do. You see the characteristics of all of these things. They're like a personality. Each one has their own personality. They have their own energy and their frequency to a certain part of your body. So you're saying, well, how does it know? And then how is it that this herb is good for the liver, or this one's for the pancreas, or that one's for the kidneys, or whatever? That's because
Right.
the frequency matching of the earth that created this thing matches the frequency of your organs in your body. Now that's deep.
Mhm.
Somebody had to put this together, y'all. That's all I got to say. Somebody had to put this together. It's a perfect system.
Yes,
So
indeed.
understanding this.
I know that's
You
right,
can't
Carol
see God,
G.
you ain't looking. That's right. All right.
All right.
Okay, good stuff. Good
Okay.
stuff.
One last question for you. When you go to the doctor for a physical, an annual physical, other than blood work, what else should they be doing, checking?
Well, that's each individual situation. You
Okay.
gotta, that's a loaded question because there's so many things that are going on with people right now. Your relationship with your doctor is probably the most important thing that's in your life right now. Because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything.
I know that's
So I
right.
can't give you a blanket of like what that is. I can only say get a total assessment. Of course, people get their blood work done every quarter now. Stay on top of things and just have a good relationship with your doctor, that if there is other things to explore, that you're exploring and getting all the information that you should be getting. So if I choose to not do a procedure, are there any options? And have them open, because a lot of them, if they're honest, they'll say, I don't know, but hey, let's work together. That's what you want to hear.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
don't want to
yeah.
hear the one that says, oh, I don't know about the MERS and stuff, man. It's either my way or the highway. I'll see you later.
Okay.
There's the door. Don't let it smack you on the way out. I don't want that guy. You don't want that person. You want the person that's really ready to work with you, right? Because communication is what? A two-way street. Got it? If it's one way, then it's not a communication, it's a dictatorship. That's why you got to make sure you're balancing on both sides. All right. If you got somebody that's like that, you got a gem. You need to hold on to that.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Paul.
All right,
All right,
appreciate
Robin.
you.
Very good.
All right, Robin.
All right,
All
Dr. Paul. Melody's next. Melody?
What happened to me? You skipped over.
It's Stephanie.
I
It's
said,
Stephanie.
I'm sorry, Stephanie. My bad.
What's up, Stephanie?
Don't you slap me. Hold on, Melody.
Pastor Paul. Y'all left me out.
All right, Stephanie. I'm sorry, dear. Go right ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening.
Yes.
I have a couple questions. What can we use to prevent or manage cataracts and glaucoma?
Yeah. You got to, number one, stay off concentration. That's the key word. Concentration. Thick, creamy, things that pour slow. That's it. Concentration is also fermentation and things that are refined. Refined sugar, refined salt, refined oils. See, these are the things that are causing the problem. Even if you just got away from them and didn't do them anymore, the body starts to gravitate to healing. But it's just the people that are constantly doing it, and they're seriously dehydrated. These are just common things that we have to do. We have to go back to, flowing back to, getting your right water, staying away from things that are concentrated, because the body's going to look to only keep the body in a state of hydration. So if you're not giving it to me, I'm going to pull it from any available sources. In this case, it's going to be your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You got it? I'm going to pull it from your eyes. And then that's when the issues with dry eyes happen. You don't see the crust in the eyes anymore. All of those things that happens. That's a direct effect of the body just not having enough hydration. Okay, so keep that in mind. There's a list of a lot of things that we do, but I sort of start everybody with the basics. You got to get your hydration right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's usually, and the sugar. It's always with the eyes. I'm gonna tell y'all, 90% of the time, it's the eyes that's going to go back to sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. I hate to tell you, I hate to say it, but it is what it is. It's the sugar. Got it? Got the sugar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, Stephanie. Hopefully that helped you.
Yeah, it will, and it's for friends who asked about it. But the other thing is, there's a child that comes every week. This child comes to school. He has diarrhea. Can I tell his parents?
Well, what you remember, whenever you see diarrhea, what's that? That's actually the body saying what? We have a foreign invader in the intestines. Send extra water to flush it out.
Parasites. Isn't it parasites?
It can be bacteria, it could be virus, it could be parasites. It can be one of the three. Yep. Foreign element, foreign invader. And that's what the body's, that just shows you how perfect this system is. That it says, hey, we already identified there's somebody that don't belong in here. So how are we gonna get them out? Send them some extra water down that line. Flush them on out.
Stephanie, did I hear you also say, should I tell his parents? Is that what I heard you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can help them. You can help them. You know, they need help.
Yeah,
Absolutely. These are things that we talk about. We start with things like not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent disease, just food for the soul. That's what the elderberry is about. The black elderberry, the sambucas, very good for children because it's antiviral, but it still has a sweetness that's not overbearing and it's not going to throw their sugar levels off. Got it? So something like, that's why it's so prevalent with the black sambucas, so the black elderberry. You can find it highest if you can get the ones from Israel. That is the best.
Yeah.
Okay, Israel would be the best. But you start with something like that. Now, if they can't take the syrup or for whatever reason they still don't like the syrup, you just mask it in some of their juice. That's it. Yeah, mask it in the juice, and that helps them to regenerate that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Dr. Paul.
Okay.
Dr. Paul.
Who's that?
Yeah, I'm on the mobile.
Yeah, I see you. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say I heard on the BIN network 610 on the AM dial that they're coming out with a new surgery. It's called Himalaya salt surgery. They say it only takes 10 minutes and it clears the eyes up. I was wondering if you heard about it.
Man, they've been talking about, we talk about that for a long time as one of the flushes of the total body. That's the total flush. Yep, absolutely. I can see why. 84 to 90 minerals are in that salt. So it will flush out any part of the body. It's also good as an enema. If you're taking an enema, you're using water, you might want to use some Himalayan salt. That's why we use it as the brine water. Remember, we talked about the brine water last week. Ladies, y'all know who's doing the brine water.
Well,
want to get that skin nice and smooth, before and after makeup. That brine water.
We'll do
They're
it.
gonna say, girl, what you doing? I ain't doing nothing. I'm just beautiful, I guess.
Well, excuse me. I can't stand it.
Y'all ain't sharing that. Y'all better share that.
You got that right. All right, Dr. P, we've got Stephanie. Is that it,
Good
Stephanie?
stuff, though. Good stuff, though. It doesn't surprise me, but definitely that's been used. That's not a new science, but I understand how they're catching up to it. So yes, thanks for that information, though. Appreciate you, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that is it possible that we could use a Himalaya salt soluble solution to rinse our eyes out?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
See what's happening when you're using Himalayan salt. It's also good for a mouthwash. For infections. Yep, it's good for a mouthwash.
Okay.
See, remember the key element that we're talking about is alkalinity. Got it? Goes back to pH again. See, if you're raising that pH, you're killing the ability for things like bacteria, virus, fungus, sepsis, parasites to form. They can't form in those environments. So if you raise the pH, you clean the slate. You literally clean the slate. It can't form. So it's got to be cleared. Got it? So even whether it's in the eye, whether it's in the mouth, whether it's on your skin, that's why we say Himalayan salt baths. I mean, the more they use this stuff, it's like everywhere you put it, it adds energy. It adds energy to everywhere.
Okay, one more thing, and I'm gonna cut it off. The fruit that we buy, like grapes, tomatoes, and stuff like that, when we rinse them, is it good to use hydrogen peroxide to rinse them?
I would not use peroxide. Yeah, I would use across the board. That's a little abrasive, too much. I would say the number one that has always been the most successful is baking soda, aluminum free. Okay, baking soda, aluminum free. And please, please, please do not use vinegar. Okay, don't use vinegar. A lot of people are using vinegar, and that is making your body very acidic. Do not mess with it. It's a fermentation. Got it? The best thing you can do. Yep.
Especially bread nowadays.
Woo! Y'all heard that was brought out.
And growing worms.
Yeah, that's
berries.
That's the perfect environment where stuff like that grows. Absolutely. Fermentation. You know, on the scale of pH, that's like a 3.2. That's fire in your veins. It's like fire in your veins. Literally, it's literally ticking your body into a crisis where it's going to immediately pull the calcium out of your bones. Going to pull it right out of that hip. I'm going to pull it out the knees. Yeah, I'm going to pull it out your joints. That's why everybody who's taking apple cider vinegar, they're curving there. You'll see there. You know, I had people came in and lost all their teeth. You know, they said nobody ever told them that it was the apple cider vinegar the whole time. So it's pulling the calcium. It's an imbalance. You cannot give life to something that's already dead.
Yes.
Got it?
Yes.
Only life begets life. Only life can give you life. Got it? So keep that in mind. All right, bro. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
All right, man. All right, Dr. Paul, we got that's Stephanie. Listen, Stephanie, did you finish?
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know, Dr. Paul, that Kwaku is back from Africa, and
hey, Kwaku's back. Yeah.
he thought about you, and does he have a testimony?
Now he went to Ghana. Did he go to Ghana?
Yes, he went to Ghana.
I got to talk to him.
Yeah,
I got to talk to him. Yeah,
stop by.
Yes,
all right.
I got to talk to him. Absolutely. Yes. Please tell him to give me a call. Please tell him to give me a call, like as soon as possible. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Stephanie. All right, Dr. Paul, we got two more left. It's 8:56. Melody and then Janice.
Before Bill.
Okay, Prophetess, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, Prophetess. I'm sorry, Prophetess. We didn't get over to you. Yeah.
In reference to the list that you gave, is there a difference between the lecithin and the soy lecithin?
Well, I mean, that's a good question. It depends on the type of where you're getting it from. I would look at brands then. Let me see if I can pull a brand for you, okay? Let me work on that, okay? Because if I give you a brand, I got to look for that. Let me take a look at that because there's something I have to tell you. I have to break that down properly before you do it because you have different forms of lecithin. You can have it from things like sunflower. You can have it from soy. You can have a lot of different versions. I got to look at that. Just give me a second, okay? Go ahead, Big B.
Now has a brand that's sunflower.
What was that?
Now has a brand that's sunflower.
Yeah. I always recommend the sunflower version, but there are some that are non-GMO. So if you're going to get a lecithin, make sure if it's a soy version or a derivative of that, make sure it's from non-GMO sources. Got it? That's very, very important right now.
What about the nature sunflower?
Well, like I just said, what are you looking for? You're looking for what? The sources from where it comes from. I'm not going to get into brands because brands change. So make sure you read your labels.
That they do.
Make sure you use your brand. You know, the labels, because the thing that happens with, you'll go with a brand and then next thing it changes and then Y'all sit back and say, well, I thought you said that was it. No, they changed it. Got it? Read. Got it? You got to read. Okay. All right.
Okay. All right, Dr. P. Melanie, and then Janice. And then
Hello.
go ahead, Melanie.
Hi, my question is about the vitamin C. So what's the recommended amount for vitamin C for the list that you just gave? Because I used to use, and this is some time ago, emergency, like when I felt like I was getting a cold, and I know I don't use that anymore, but if vitamin C is really good to help build your immunity when you're feeling sick, how much is like too much or
now you can't remember this is water soluble, so you can't get too much. See, you're only going to pee this out. So
okay,
that's
so
why
even if I put 3 capsules in a bottle of water, that's fine.
Yeah. When you start to do levels of vitamin C, it's water soluble, so you're going to pee it out. So you're going to basically, it's one that's what makes it so wonderful, because it sort of sweeps up all the bad stuff, gets it right on out. Got it? So that's why when people were getting hit with, when we were in high level of 2019, this thing, people were taking high levels of vitamin C.
Yes.
And getting it like, some people were at 10,000 milligrams. People were hitting it high. And it works because you got to overwhelm the virus. You got to overwhelm it, get it out. So it makes all the sense in the world. So large doses of like 3,000 a day were really not something of a, people were not even, that was not even effective to some people. So give you a ballpark. Okay.
All right. All right, Melanie. All right, Janice, you are the last one up. There we go. Janice, you have to unmute. I see your mouth moving, but I can't hear you. Janice, you got to unmute, Janice, because I can't hear you. There we go.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Okay.
we got you.
Sorry about that. Okay, what about these foot pads that are advertised to either draw toxins out of your body? You put them on your feet at night when you sleep, or they add nutrients such as ginger to your body. Is there any?
There's effectiveness to that. It's kind of some people don't like it because it's a little bit. Maybe some people don't like it as much because of the stickiness of the pads and things like that. But remember, your feet, under each foot, you have about 3,000 to 4,000 pores under each foot. So if you want it done professionally, you would get what's called the foot detox, which means there's a solution that's involved. And the solution is you put your foot in this solution, this alkaline solution of water, and have it professionally done. It's ionized. Now they ionize, turn the ionizer on. Now the stuff starts to pull out of your feet. It now has a chart that we have that shows, based on the chart, the color of what comes out of you in that water shows what organ is coming out of.
Right. I've had that done, actually.
Yeah, I would recommend that professionally done. Some people I've had people that I've run into that say that it's been very effective for them. So just understand the bottom of the feet is open just like every part of your body. It's the skin. So if you put anything on your skin, no matter where you put it, your body's going to absorb it. Where's it going to end up? Right in your liver. You got it? It's going to start to move, and it's going to start to go where it needs to go. For example, let me give you an extended version of that. You ever seen people trying to get hair growth? They get the hair growth. You see the guys going out there getting the hair growth.
Didn't work.
I'm sorry, Big V.
Didn't work.
I'm not shooting at you, man.
I heard that.
You look fine, Big B. You look fine.
Big B, you the example of good looking. All right. All right. But here's what I was saying. Like some of the guys, like the young guys who were like, maybe spotting in certain areas, you'll see them take this formula. And when you look at the formula, it's based in all of these herbs, right? And they're putting it in the hair. And they're wondering why it's not working. Well, the body's like saying, hey, I need that for your liver. I need that for your heart. I need that for whatever. I don't care which way it came in. It's going to go to where it needs to go first to take care of what it has to take care of. And then once you balance that out, then I'll get to the hair.
Hmm.
Alright.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
so here's what happens. I would tell the guys all the time. I say, you got to get your pH right. You got to be eating right. You got to get your water right. And then when they did that and then applied it to their head, guess what? They saw hair growth. Wow.
Have mercy. Have mercy. I
Body
missed
don't
that
care.
ball.
Body don't care how you get it in. It's like, hey,
Wow.
you want to bring it in the head? All right, we'll grab it. Take it right down to the heart.
Amazing.
See, that,
It's
Karen, that was
wonderful.
my problem. Man, I just blew that one all off. All right, Dr. Paul, that's it, my friend. That's the last thing. By the way, is there any,
Thank you.
Janice, was that it?
Thank you.
Yes, thank
All
you.
right, very good. All right,
That was a
P, it's
great
on you, buddy.
question, though. Great
Yeah, man.
question. Great
Good
question.
class,
Thank
man.
you.
Good
Thank
class.
you so much. All right. Big B, tell everybody how they can get the chat information and also the transcript and how they can be a part of supporting us with this family tree
Of course.
experience. All right.
And also, Dr. Paul and Big B, before you jump in, this is Kamara. The question about how much salt to add to create a solution for your eyes.
Okay, well, there's no amount for that. Just small amount. I would suggest getting the glass, like the small, just a small amount. You're not going to need a lot for that. You're not going to need a lot. So get the eyeglass. Make sure you get an eyeglass. I would not apply it any other way than other than with an eyeglass.
Oh, absolutely.
So when you make the solution, it's not a brine. That would not be a brine. I would not recommend that on a brine. But I mean, this is not what he's talking about.
Right.
He's talking about something totally different. That's something totally different than what we would do. Okay.
I see.
But hey, Dr. Paul.
Yep.
Can I say something right there?
Sure.
Is it good?
Thank you.
Is it good to get a eye drop vial and put it in your eye drop vial? Just put a couple of drops in there.
You got to make sure it's broken down properly that way. That would be an easily way for applying, but I would recommend the eye wash through the eyeglass. Get an eyeglass, but always no plastic, always glass. The eye ones. You can order them right on Amazon. They got them on Amazon. Yeah.
They're very reasonably priced.
Yes.
Or eBay.
Yep, either way. Yep, do those.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
You got it.
All right. Thank you, family.
All right,
Big
Dr.
B,
Paul. Yeah, man.
set us up, buddy.
Of course, guys, you all know that. In order to get a copy of the nice chat, you want to do what? Send an email, guys. Send an email to me. That's mechavideo@gmail.com. Again, mechavideo@gmail.com. To continue to support the family tree, use my Cash App, guys. That's $BILMORGAN. $BILMORGAN. And if you use Zelle, guys, guess what? The ID number there is Dr. Paul at drpaulherbs.com. Or you can use my P.O. Box, which is Bill Morgan, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Guess what? Bring your friends, bring your frenemies, bring your enemies, bring everybody right here to the family tree every Wednesday night.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Put your hands together, family. Did you learn anything this evening?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Excellent.
I want to give a shout out. Yes, I want to give a shout out to Prophetess. Is Prophetess still in the house? Is she still here?
Still in there somewhere.
Is she still in here?
Thank you, Prophetess.
Thank you, Prophetess.
Yes.
And of course, we gotta give our main man, Big B, Bill 1L Morgan, the shout.
Go ahead, y'all.
And don't worry, Big B.
You stay just the way you are.
I'm gonna get that formula for you, man.
Hey, Dr. Paul, keep hanging at it. 5 more months? 82.
Yeah,
that's good movie, y'all.
Right. Hey, I want to tell the family. I don't know if you saw online, but actually, I had a beautiful experience. We went to the UN and the United Nations, and we set up our NGO. Which the NGO is that I sit on the floor of the United Nations, and we talk about everything that's dealing with what's called the ECOSOC, Economic Social Council. So I will be on international break for a little bit. Got it? We're going to be doing a little hiatus with the family tree for the next 2 weeks. Stay tuned. I got some exciting stuff to tell y'all about this world. So I'm going to look forward. You'll see, check your emails with the updates that I'll be sending through, but we're going to be probably coming back. Big B, what day did we say we're going to be coming back? 2 weeks here, Dr. Paul, please. Yes.
And by the way, Dr. Paul, let's remind the family too that while he's on a hiatus, guys, if you want to get past versions of the family tree,
yes,
guys, hey, this is the time to get caught up because I got him here, y'all, somewhere in the corner. So this is the time to get cut up. All right, send that email out to megavideo@gmail.com, guys.
Yes.
Okay, we're talking
His
about
birthday, is your birthday, Dr. Paul, this month?
Yes, my birthday is the 24th. That's
All right,
It
that's
will be the
birthday.
That's right.
24th. So
Yes.
thank you so much. I appreciate y'all.
Happy advanced birthday.
Yes.
That's Dr. Paul is
Thank
out
you.
the
Is that
14th
when you
and the
coming
21st. He's
Yeah,
coming.
so
We'll be
out
back
the-
on the 28th.
We'll be back on the 28th. All right.
Yes.
So spread the
And
word.
your birthday
tell
gifts on the
everybody.
28th.
Yeah. What did you say?
I look out for you, preacher. I look out for you, preacher.
All right.
All right, Big Joe.
All
Appreciate
right,
it, man.
Joe, I appreciate you, buddy. But yeah, we'll be back on the 28th. But Big B just said it. You know, if you want to get the broadcast of what we've been talking about, if you want to give someone the family this conversation, go to YouTube, and then Big B is also sending out. If you request, he sends the link to
Yes.
going back to the shows also.
Yes.
All right. So
Yes, sir.
God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, if you're breathing,
Yeah, go to yeah. Hey, come.
all right, I want to thank everybody for participating. We love the questions. Keep the testimonies going.
All right, Nita, I see you hanging in the back in the corner in the dump. Yeah.
Dab it out.
All right, Big Cam.
Hey, Nita.
Yeah.
All right, dab it out. On the right side. All right. Carol G. What's up, Carol?
Carol G. Yeah.
What's up, Mariah? Come on down.
Yeah.
All right, Dad, I see ya. Come on down. Tap that beautiful face, y'all. Tap that
Yeah.
And tell somebody, you know I look good. Y'all know y'all look good.
Yeah. Ain't nothing but good-looking people in the family tree. Hallelujah.
Nothing but good-looking people in the family tree. That's right.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, come on down to that left and right side of the body.
Yeah.
And breathe. Good. All right, just get a little energy going now. Let's get a little energy going.
Yeah.
I see you tomorrow. Where you at tomorrow?
I gotta get my thing fixed. It won't show my face.
It was messing up on camera tonight.
All right, here you go.
Yeah, bud.
Got it. All right. Now bring it on down. Rub it on down. Don't touch yourself, but move it in the area where you gotta move that energy. That's right. You got issues with joints, ligaments, connective tissue, your knees. Get that. Get that energy. Good. All right, Karen. I see you locked and loaded back there, bud.
Yeah.
MSM, your Moringa.
You got it.
And clap. And one more time. Clap. And stop. And move the top one. Keep the bottom one still. Feel that energy. You gotta feel it, y'all. You gotta feel it. Take it. Bless yourself with great intentions. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all.
Bless you
Remember.
too.
Yeah.
Bless you. And thank you for everything.
To the band.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
All right.
Happy birthday in advance.
Yo, buddy, you got it, man.
See you on the weekend.
Yeah, on the weekend. Yes, sir. The Greenhouse. WRD Radio. 96.1. 900 AM. WRD Radio. 3 PM. Right here in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. God bless y'all.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, we're gonna count it down. We're gonna go bring it on down. We're gonna end the meeting. Oh, we got some drums now. See y'all dance. See y'all dance.
Play a shake break, Marcy.
Go ahead, Carol. I see. Come on, you can do that. Yeah. Shake the head, y'all. Yeah. Y'all remember this one, right?
Oh, nah. See, there you go. Yeah.
frente que eu quero passar. Que hoje o samba está animado e o que eu quero é sambar. Este samba é samba de preto velho, samba de preto. Um samba como este tá ligado.